We are so back to Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. Let's see what we've got in store for us. Turnabout Succession. Some real Zone of the Enders shit going on here. October 7th. Write Anything Agency. Hey, Apollo! Look, on TV! Look! Yeah, I'm kinda busy. Whoa, look at that! He's the last Grammar. Oh, right, it's Grammary. He's the last Grammary, alright. Amazing! Apollo! You should be watching this! Ow! What? I was writing about our last case in my journal. Why is I supposed to write things in records, Apollo, not journals? And why now? That case was 3 months ago. Hey, it's a long story. I did a lot, you know? I want to vacuum pack the feel of the moment for later. Right now I'm wowing the crowd by figuring out how Lenoir disappeared. That's right! Uncle Vala did that illusion too. But you're missing him on TV right now! I was just getting to the good part. I suppose I should watch a little TV with her. After all, her father's expecting me to look after her while he's away. What you're now seeing is a rehearsal for the greatest magic show on Earth. Happening right here at our very own Sunshine Coliseum. The Sunshine Coliseum? Hey, that's where the Gaviners concert was. Only 3 more days until miracles happen here, right before your unbelieving eyes. The legendary Troupe Gramarye is performing for the first time in 7 years. That's going to be great! I'm so there! You and Daddy are coming too! Legendary Gramaryes. If Trucy's real father were still alive, he'd be on that stage performing miracles. I got the tickets and everything. They were on sale, 50% off. Wow. Here's yours, Apollo. Ah, you're here. Working hard or hardly working? Hey, how have you been? Hi there, stranger. Not exactly the kind of greeting I want to hear from my own kid. No, he has been gone for a long time. How goes it, Trucy? Here, I got a present for you. Yay, pudding! I love pudding. Ooh, it's farm fresh. And not just 1 pudding, but 3 whole cups. I'll have to pace myself. Wow, I'm beat. That's right, Daddy. You're on a top secret mission. You've got to take it easy with the secrets, you know. How right you are. So, you still can't tell us what your mission is? Maybe it is time. It has something to do with you anyway. Huh? With me? Ooh, maybe you're getting a top secret mission too. Maybe you can be one of those guys. A spy. Can't I just be a defense attorney?
To be honest,
Telling you about the mission was my whole reason for coming here today. What? Tell me. You've heard of the jurist system, yes? The jurist system? That's right. The new legal system everyone's talking about. Have you heard of it, Apollo? Huh? Maybe? I've been too focused on writing in my journal for the past 3 months. Maybe not as many people are talking about it as I thought. The jurist system, huh? Present badge! Ah, presenting, are we? I did my fair share of that back in the day. Showed my attorney's badge a lot, too. He may look cool and calm now, but you should have seen him before! You know me too well, Trucy. I'm glad I provided this opportunity for a little family bonding. Magic show ticket! Never mind. Alright. Wait, hold on. Phoenix! Take care of the damn plant! The plant. It intrigues you, doesn't it? Not really. It's just the only thing in here that doesn't have some secret function. No secrets. But lots of memories. And a name, too. Want to hear it? Not really. His name is Charlie. If you were curious. Really, I wasn't. Good old Charlie. Apparently he's doing much better than he was 3 months ago. So, Daddy, what's this jury system thing? Well, Trucy, do you know what a jury is? I've heard of it. Isn't that those people who sit in the court in old courtroom dramas? The ones who get to decide if a guy's innocent or guilty? Do you know, Apollo? Only from TV. It's 12 people chosen from the community, right? Well, they're thinking about reviving that system. They're calling it the new system, the jurist system. No more doing whatever you like, Your Honor. Not quite that harsh. The jurists cooperate with the judge. They help analyze the case from different angles. Ah, and there will be only 6 of them under the current proposal, right? Wow, you know your stuff, Apollo. Their findings directly affect the verdict. Hopefully, people will start taking the courts a little more seriously now. I feel like I'm on some kind of educational TV show, starring Dr. Wright. Dr. Wright, his assistant Trucy, and mascot Apollo, the perfect team. Mascot? Hey! So, what is this secret mission? The jurist system is my mission, more or less. Anyway, keep in mind that new ideas like this system are always risky, Apollo. Too true. Everyone's got an opinion, and they just talk and talk, and nothing gets decided. Kind of like you, Apollo. I'm not that bad. Am I? In any case, we're going to give it a shot. A test, if you will. I don't like tests. We'll take a case as a sample and choose 6 jurists. I'll be the one helping that process, incidentally. Helping how? Well, for one, I'll be chair of the jurist system simulated court committee. The chair constructs the ideal situation, choosing the case, the jurist candidates, even the judge in the courtroom. Wow, it's like you have a real job. I was never that good at the piano, to be honest. Once a lawyer, always a lawyer, I guess. The trial's tomorrow, by the way. Don't miss it. The trial simulation, that is. A simulation, huh? Sounds interesting. So, what kind of case is the trial simulation about? Well, since it is the first run-through of a new system, I wanted something simple. Good thinking. No sense wearing yourself out on something too serious. True. The case is a murder. That's not simple at all! By simple, do you mean that the defendant is... Guilty, yes. Most likely. So, good luck, Apollo. With what? With the trial tomorrow. You're defending, of course. Recall that I said it had something to do with you. Go for it, Apollo! It's just a test case anyway, no sweat. Yeah, but there's still a verdict to be decided. And a potentially serious sentence. The most serious, in the worst case scenario. You mean the verdict's for real? That's not a test trial. That's a real trial. All the forms have been filed. There's no turning back now. The trial begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. Hope you can make room in your schedule. Why am I only hearing about this now? Yes. There was a change this morning. I picked a new case. Huh? Something that happened last night. Alright, so what case are you going to use? You really want to know, don't you? Of course I do. I mean, I'm going to be defending, aren't I? If all goes well, then yes. Of course, this is just a test. We wanted everyone to start without preconceptions. A blank slate, if it were. As it were. There's a difference between having a blank slate and just being totally clueless. Whose dumb idea was that anyway? Well, mine. Committee chair, remember? Oh. Well, if you want to know that badly, I suppose I could give you permission to examine the scene of the crime. Good! That's better. But you can't talk to anyone involved with the case. What? Then how am I supposed to defend? You let me worry about the details there. Remember, I'm in charge of this trial. All of it. But you don't want it to backfire, do you? Apollo. If I am in charge in the whole trial, that means the entire affair is my responsibility. For good or for bad. Just do what you can. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Alright. I'd recommend going down to the detention center. Your client's waiting for you. You can ask about the scene there. But you just said I couldn't talk to anyone involved. Oh, you can talk to your client. If you can get her to talk. Well, time's a-wasting. What about Valent? Hey, Apollo, I know you're all excited about that secret mission. But what about this? The Troop Gramarye Grand Magic Show. Huh? Oh, right, the card tricks. They're not card tricks. They're grand illusions, miracles, the apocalypse. Heaven and earth will shake. So what, that's 3 whole days from now. It's at Sunshine Coliseum. Let's go. Let's go today. We can say hi to Uncle Valent. Have fun. What? I can't go by myself. You know I'm not very outgoing. Right. Why not go with her? But what about the secret mission? Oh, don't worry about that. You'll hear all about it tomorrow, regardless. I don't trust that smile. He knows something that he's not telling me. Yippee! Now he can take me to the Coliseum. I suppose it wouldn't kill me to pop over there. Ah, Gramarye. That reminds me. What's this, Daddy? Isn't that silk hat the Gramarye seal? Consider it a birthday present, Trucy. Thanks, it's great. But today isn't my birthday. Good point. What day is it? What day is it today, Apollo? It is the 21st of September. Do you remember, Apollo? No, I don't. Huh? Today? I think it's Recycle Your Plastics Day. Then it's a Recycle Your Plastics present. Yippee! So it's plastic! I've given up on trying to understand them. It's much easier that way. So what is it? Can I open it, Daddy? No. Huh? You'll need that envelope someday. Someday soon. Don't open it until then. Well, why didn't you just hold on to it until then? Because that would be the logical thing to do. Envelope obtained. An envelope about the Gramaryes, huh? Let me badger you about it right now. Never mind. You do not care. Alright, only one thing left to do, and that is to inspect the plastic spaghetti. Plate of plastic spaghetti for displaying in a shop. Where the heck does she get this stuff? Nothing interesting. Alright. Detention Center. October 7th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. ... That's 20 minutes we've been waiting here. 20 minutes! maybe I should complain. I'm sure that guard has better things to do than stand there pretending he doesn't see us. You know, the minute we get angry, the client will show. It always works that way. Like shouting, "Oh, waiter," and they're just standing right behind you. Oh, guard! Is our client going to be much longer? What are you talking about? Haven't you already started the meeting yet? Huh? Where'd you come from? Well, anyway, please have a seat. Hello, ma'am, you are very pink. I'm nervous, Apollo. It's the silence. It builds suspense. Why don't you do something, Trucy? You're a magician, aren't you? That's right. Okay. Marvelous, darling. I'm the amazing Mr. Hat. She passed out. Huh. This magic underwear might have been a better bet. That's magic panties, Apollo. Badge. See this here? Does it ring any bells? Does anything I say ring anything? It does not ring true, that's for sure. Alright, Mr. Guard. The same old security guard is glaring at us. Oh, he winked. Maybe he's not such a bad guy after all. Hi. Well, I'm your defense. I really think it has to be fate, you know? And by fate, I mean destiny. Did you know I'm good with astrology? Tell me, what's your sign? I can tell you mine if you like, Apollo. No, never mind. I just got carried away there. I seem destined to get difficult clients, it seems. So, what's your name? Oh, right, I'm supposed to introduce myself first. I'm Apollo Justice. And I'm Trucy Wright. I know. This is getting nowhere fast. Hey, I know. Maybe you can tell us what happened. I'm your defense attorney, after all. Anything out of the ordinary happened lately? Well, the other day this tourist from out of town stopped to ask me for directions. Later, Trucy. I feel like I need to ask directions myself here. Oh, that was fruitless. Well, I think I understand despair a little bit better now. You did good, Apollo. Hand. Look! She's nails. What? Are nails more important than defense? Is that it? Let's go, Trucy. A weird-ass nail polish bottle. Excuse me. Could you read this? Sure. I feel like a teenager on a first date. This is the love letter we passed from desk to desk at school. Stop looking for so wistful and read it, Apollo! It's a business card. With a name and an address. The name is... Vera Misham? The address is for Drew Studio. And you're giving me this card because... Alright. See ya. Well, looks like we're finished here. I wonder if Drew Studio is the scene of the crime. Let's go find out. Not yet. Let's go to Sunshine Coliseum. Woohoo! This is it, Apollo! The place where magic and dreams converge. Just a while ago, it was the place where murder and nightmares converged. Let's go say hi to Uncle Valent. What about the case? Only performer lasts like that. The young Miss Trucy. How often I'd hoped we'd meet again only to tell myself it was an impossible dream. Uncle Valen, how's it going? I'm glad to see you too. Of course you are. Humility is definitely not one of his stronger traits. Well, Miss Trucy, how does the day find you? If you come to give me flowers, do it after the show, I beg you. Actually, we came to wish you good luck. And congratulations on your big magic show. No, but it is I who wish to... but it is I who wish to congratulate you. Not everyone is so lucky as to witness miracles such as the ones I perform. Yeah, you're amazing. We get the picture. The world will watch in wonderment as Magnifie's illusions are reborn. Hang on, here on stage by my hand. Badge. A challenge, is it? You want me to make that disappear? Very well, give it to me. No thanks. Are all magicians like this? Apollo? What was that look just now? I was just thinking how hard it is to get any information out of a magician. Please do not make my show tickets disappear. What about this thing? Do you recognize this envelope? I was wondering if you could tell me more about this. Oh, why? That bears the Gramarye seal. Uncle Valen? Is something wrong? Trucy? Where did you get this? Huh? Daddy gave it to me. Your daddy? My partner Zach? No, my other daddy, Phoenix Wright. Why now? Why would your Lord Daddy? Lord Daddy? That's kind of stretching the whole archaic thing a bit. This signature upon the back. Do you recognize it? That belongs to none other than Zach Gramarye. What? Daddy signed this? Might I be so bold as to open it? I'm sorry, but I can't let you do that. What's in this envelope, I wonder? Hey, do you know Vera? You certainly don't. Alright. What's the ordeal? Wait, hold on. More importantly, the balloon got changed. Look, Apollo, a balloon! A hot air balloon! With the Gramarye seal on it, no less. Well, this is a long-awaited revival after all, and it's been 7 years, you know. I've spent plenty of time and a pretty penny on promotion. I hope it's a huge success, Uncle Valen. Oh, I intend it to be nothing less, I assure you. They both sure seem excited about it. I guess it's a big deal for magicians. You know, I thought this at the time of the Gaviners concert too, but this Coliseum is just way too big. It's huge. Got a big sounding name too. Sunshine Coliseum, was it? Would you like to hear what the grand finale of the show in 3 days will be? What? Really? Yeah! The grand finale will be nothing other than... Don't tell me you're gonna make the Coliseum disappear, right? Oh. Psst. Shit, looks like I was right. Apollo! I can't believe you use your power of perception on something like this. It was just a wild guess, really. They changed the science since our last case. It was all Gaviners back then, wasn't it? I hope nothing bizarre and mysterious happens this time. But it shall! Why, the show itself will be bizarre and mysterious, I assure you. I don't have a problem with mystery, as long as it's legal. I don't think lawyers and magicians were really meant to have conversations like this. Yo, it's the Blue Badger mascot! Hey, that creature there. He was handing out balloons during our last case, too. It's not a creature, Apollo. Poor guy. Oh, sorry. Was I mean somehow? You know how hot it is inside one of those suits? He's stuck in there with only the smell of his own sweat to keep him company. On the verge of passing out, he hands out each balloon as though it were his last. Kinda takes the fun out of seeing the Blue Badger. Alright. What in the world do you have to say? Everyone's talking about the big magic show! Is it true that the Gramarye Miracle is back after a 7-year absence?
Miss Trucy, I must apologize. This show and this honor should have been his.
Daddy...
My co-magician in training, Zach Gramarye. That terrible thing hadn't.
It's okay.
Your father was a great magician, Trucy. If he were alive, then I, Valent Gramarye, would have been proud to stand upon this stage as his assistant.
Thanks, Uncle Valent. You know, I'm happy you're doing the show. To think, we get to see great Magnifie's illusions again. She really is looking forward to this, isn't she?
My mentor, the magnificent Magnifie Gramarye, was a true deity among magicians. A creator god who gave birth to magic and illusions that defied our very imaginations.
I was so little when I last saw one, but I still remember his shows. He did wheelies in a sports car through the air above the audience, and then sped off to outer space, faster than the speed of sound. I'm guessing that memory was a bit embellished.
For 7 long years, the world had been waiting for a miracle to match his. As heir to the Gramarye Troupe's secrets, it falls to me to provide one. It is my God-given destiny. Yes, you, nameless face who speaks for the nameless masses. How can I help you?
If the world was waiting, why did you hold off for 7 long years?
It appears the lad is uninformed. Perhaps you have heard of the magic known as law which governs our land?
I have, though I'm not sure it qualifies as magic.
Performance of Magnifie's miracle was impossible. A certain law prevented it for 7 years. But no more!
7 years?
That phrase sure likes to pop up, doesn't it?
And why was that?
A little matter called performance rights. Performance rights, Miss Trucy.
Performance rights? Can you tell us about these performance rights?
Magnifie's magic relied on an incredibly innovative idea, a trick, if you will. That trick was considered his property, and as such was protected by property laws.
Intellectual property, maybe? Intellectual property, maybe?
Magnifie knew this and bequeathed it in his will. To one person.
You mean... him?
Yes. Miss Trucy, it was your father. Zach Gramarye was the inheritor of the Gramarye Miracle.
Daddy.
Yet, as you well know, he is gone. He disappeared suddenly, 7 years ago.
I think I see where this is going.
Once a person is classified missing for a certain period of time, they're considered legally deceased, correct? In all absoluteness, those rolled-up sleeves conceal your competence well, young man. That certain period of time of which you speak is 7 years. Yes, Miss Trucy. Though it pains me to say it, this past spring, April to be precise, was the time. Your father was legally declared deceased. In the absence of a formal will, the secrets of our mighty mentor Magnifie passed to me. This was, in fact, stipulated in the will by Magnifie himself.
Is that how it works, Apollo?
Yeah, it's called death in absentia. He's declared missing, permanently.
Daddy. Alright, well. Welcome to the Dead Father Club. There's many of us in video game history. Wow, this looks like a studio. Look at that pufferfish, dude. Look at those pufferfish, I guess. It's like life imitating art. Or maybe it's the other way around? The tape on the ground there, it's a bit jarring.
Yeah. Looks like we found our crime scene.
Apollo, look at all those paintings. Hey, don't touch those. It's okay, I'm just looking.
Yo, Momotaro.
Huh? Apollo, look at this one. Looks half finished. You can still see the rough sketch underneath. But that's odd. The rough part doesn't look like the rest of the painting at all. Yeah, good point. That is odd. All the paintings have a really different style, too. I thought I might find you two here. Emma! Long time no see! No? Seems like I run into you far too often. I'll bet I know why you're here, too. You know about the trial simulation tomorrow? I've heard about it, sure. So, Mr. Wright chose you, huh? You don't even know what the case is about. Well, he was killed. The artist who owns the studio, that is. Mr. Drew Misham. Misham. And his daughter was put under arrest. Yeah, we just saw her at the detention center. It was funny, though. She seemed more like a victim than the kind of person who would commit murder. You don't say. Not even by poisoning? And that's how it was done, you know. Poisoning is a common way to get the job done when the murderer is a woman. But poisoning? Anyway, Mr. Wright told me you'd be coming. Feel free to take a look around. I'll just be over here, with my snackoos. We can't talk to anyone related to this case. We can't talk to anyone related to the case this time around. Which means, we better find out as much as we can here at the scene. Or else. Hey, tell me about the victim. So, this, Drew Misham was some kind of artist? Apparently. Did a lot of illustrations for books, I hear. Had a lot of female fans, too, for what it's worth. Oh? Well, I guess his stuff is kind of pretty. Like that oil painting over there, for instance. Yeah. That wasn't one of his illustrations, actually. Huh? So it was a standalone painting or something? Is that what she means? He was an odd bird, Misham. Hadn't shown his face to anyone until the end. What do you mean, to anyone? He was always locked up here in this studio, apparently. His only connection to the outside world was through letters he'd put in that letterbox over there. Letters? Do people still write letters? What do you mean, Apollo? I mean, when was the last time you wrote a real letter? Don't most people use email and stuff these days? Mr. Misham. Couldn't stand technology, it seems. He did everything by mail. Maybe he thought that way was more artistic, you know? Letterbox! In any case, the only person besides him allowed in here was his daughter, Vera. Oh, you mean the killer? The suspect? Please. We took some fingerprints, of course. The only ones found in the room were Mr. Misham's and Vera's, basically. Basically? Actually, last night, Mr. Misham gave an interview to a reporter for the first time. It happened during the interview, apparently. His first interview ever. Could you tell us a bit more about what happened the night of the murder? So, this woman, Vera, she's Mr. Misham's daughter, right? Yep, a real sickly girl ever since she was little. Hardly ever went outside. She did kind of give off a withdrawn sort of aura. She was homeschooled by her father, apparently. It was quite a scene when they took her to the detention center. She was screaming about how she'd die if they took her outside. That does sound like a scene. In the end, she agreed to leave if she was allowed her good luck charm for company. Her good luck charm? Apparently, she has this charm that magically gives her the courage to go outside. Why can't I ever get a normal client? But why would a shut-in daughter kill her own dad? Don't look at me. So, about the poison, it was found to be in his coffee, right? No, not precisely. Not precisely? What does that mean? It means see for yourself, I think. Like I said, last night was the first time someone from the outside came into this studio. I guess mysterious painters who never go outside make for good articles. It just so happens that he died the night of his first interview. At around 9 p.m. every night, Vera always made him a cup of coffee. Last night, he drank his usual coffee, and suddenly became violently ill. And died? She poisoned him on the night of his interview? Wouldn't the reporter see? He wasn't near Mr. Misham when she brought her father his coffee. He was checking out some equipment on the back of the room. Supposedly, that's why she didn't notice until he was there. She didn't notice that he was here. Yeah, didn't notice he was there. It was a reporter who called the police, in fact. Wait, but why is she the suspect? If anyone is suspicious, it's the reporter. Yet the reporter never got near Mr. Misham's coffee. Even Vera acknowledges that. Regardless, I want to know more about this reporter. Yo, look! It's my badge! I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Look, I'm a detective. A detective! You can't just ask me any old thing and expect an answer, okay? I think you need to be a little more focused in your inquiries. Scientific, even. Somehow I knew she'd get around to science. Let's talk about this portrait. Never mind. Oh, never mind. About this painting. Oh, that? Quite good, isn't it? That's not what I wanted to ask you about. You want to examine it, is that it? I'd be happy to let you, if you had a good reason. But without that, sorry. I guess she wants us to do a little footwork on her own first. Alright, she's just gonna say the same thing about all of them. Tell me about the letterbox. Never mind, you hate letterboxes. Alright, well, time to examine stuff. Let's look at this painting. Hey! There's a painting hidden back here. Hey, you're right. What if it's embarrassing somehow and he didn't want anyone to see it? He certainly seemed pleased by the possibility. Huh. So normal. That's hardly something to get mad about. Huh? What is it, Apollo? Well, doesn't this painting look like... never mind. Huh? I'd better get a professional opinion on this. Yo, hidden painting! Which looks a lot like... other painting! I wouldn't mind taking a closer look at those paintings. I just love oils! You know how they're so thick? Is that the word? These paints are all dry. I'm just surprised at how different these all are. Yeah. What's going on with this half-finished one? Must have been a work in progress. You can still see the rough sketch below. That's what's so weird. The sketch part really doesn't fit the finished parts. I noticed. That is weird. Let's look at the dead body! Apollo! That's where the body was! That's the spot where Mr. Drew Misham passed away. He put the coffee mug to its lips, and the next moment, there's quite a bit of paint on the ground. See that half-painted painting there? He must have been working on that right up to the moment he died. Wow, a true artist to the end. Or maybe he started a year ago and was procrastinating. Ah, that's the victim's coffee mug. Aha, so the poison was in here. This is my first time seeing a real poisoned mug of coffee. I would hope so. Poisoned coffee? Not exactly, actually. What do you mean? No traces of poison were found in the coffee. What? You'll have to figure out the rest yourself. I'm officially not on your side after all. The cup reads Misham. Alright, let's examine the coffee. Hey, look there. That stain doesn't look so healthy, Apollo. That must be the Blue Mountain stuff we've been hearing about. Something tells me that even Blue Mountain coffee isn't this blue. No, this stain is probably... Huh. Better ask Emma. Let's just turn it around. Misham. Anything on the bottom? Nope. Just let's dump out all the coffee inside. Nope. Peach. Hey, Apollo. This painting, I know it. Huh? Really? It's that story where the old woman is doing the wash in the river, and this giant peach comes a-floating on down. That might possibly be the strangest thing I've ever heard. It's got the starry night, it's got the starry night clouds at the top. Weird. Alright, well. Oh, right, there's a second side of this. I should take a look. Yo, family photo. Let's take a closer look at this desk here. So this is Drew Misham. This little girl must be Vera. Yes, they took that some years ago. They look close. A happy little family. Until you arrested his daughter. Look, I was personally against that, okay? She just didn't seem very suspicious, scientifically speaking. Right. Something about the way that figure is posed. I've seen that pose before. It's you, Apollo. See, you're making one of your flamboyant gestures. Please, I'm a professional. I wonder why it's posed like that. Coincidence? Pen. Feather. Hey, Apollo, what's this feather thingy? Isn't that a pen? Like an old-fashioned quill pen? But it doesn't have a pointy end. That was most likely for sweeping detritus off the desk. Wow, you sure know a lot, Emma. Bold and scientific. That's my motto. Exactly what about that was bold or scientific? Detritus, the word, and that alone. Ooh, cute! Look at that tiny frame, Apollo. Tiny is right. That thing's barely 2 inches high. What picture would fit in that? None, apparently. It's empty. There's no glass in it either. What's it doing sitting on the desk? This is a lesson for us all. Be sure to check the size when you buy frames. And what's in here? This envelope has been opened and resealed. Ooh, I know how to do that. You take a pot of boiling water and hold the envelope up to the steam. The glue melts and it opens. Cool, huh? Whoever did this wasn't so delicate. You're right. Looks like they just ripped it open and stuck it back together. Huh? Postmark on this letter is from 7 years ago. Why would someone open a letter then seal it again? I better hang on to this. Alright, stealing evidence. Let's go. And that table's done now, right? Oh, apparently there's still something there. Oh, okay. I thought I hovered over these books, but apparently not. Is this a journal? Wow, talk about a clue. Let's read it. What is it, Apollo? He didn't write the name of the killer, did he? It's new. He didn't write a single line. Oh, you had me going for a while there. Look at all this tech stuff over here. What the hell? What is all this equipment here for? It doesn't look very artistic, really. He had everything from a lathe to a laser cutter. Looks like he was ready to work on metals and wood, too. Though his equipment's a bit old, to tell the truth. Why would a painter need all this? In the dust, I'd say he hasn't used this stuff for years. This corner doesn't fit well with the rest of the studio. Oh, do you think I could borrow this? I want to cut a quarter in half to make a trick coin. This is a crime scene, Trucy. But these cost like $50 at the magic shop. Look at all these paints, Apollo. There's so many. He's got like 20 kinds of red. We could repaint your suit, Apollo. How about this shade of green? That'll be enough of that. Thanks. Yeah, he's got all kinds of crazy shit. Even a microscope. Is this desk for painting, Apollo? That would be a drafting table. Drafting? Basically, it's a tool for making precise diagrams. Wow, painting is harder than I thought. Why would a painter need a drafting table? Was he an architect too? Looks like he was doing technology, architecture, doing like some biopsies or some shit. on like a frog, it seems. He was designing a printer that you charge exorbitant amounts for ink, and maybe even a subscription to use the printer itself. God, that's still such bullshit. Printers are a scam. Forensic science. I bet Emma could help us out here. Don't forget, flattery will get you everywhere with her, Apollo. Huh? What are you two whispering about? Well, I was thinking. I mean, what is it that we always do when we run into you at a crime scene? What is it we always do scientifically? You know me too well. Okay. Okay, meaning we can get scientific now? I suppose. Just this once. Bring me anything you find suspicious and we'll check it out. Cup. Emma, about this mug. There's a pale blue, residue on the rim. That? Well, yes, it's, just a rumor. But I've heard there's some kind of coffee called Blue Mountain. I'm pretty sure it isn't actually blue, Emma. Right. Okay, you got me. That's leftover from my testing spray. Forensic science! I knew your hobby was behind this somehow, Emma. It's not a hobby. So what kind of scientific stuff were you up to? This spray, that's what. It turns blue when it touches poison. So the poison that killed the victim was on this mug? That's right. See? It wasn't in the coffee. The killer applied it to the ring of the mug itself. The rim of the mug itself. Wow, science is amazing. Certainly is helpful. Maybe Emma would be willing to help us out a bit more. You should try buttering her up, Apollo. They say flattery will get you everywhere. Certainly worth talking to her a bit more. Emma, about poison analysis. I was afraid you were going to ask about that. See, this solution is used to test for atroquinine. Atroquinine, the deadly poison found in the autopsy. Uh-oh, I know that spark in her eyes. She's getting excited. Best tread lightly. It's one of the most violent poisons, but is absorbed into the body astonishingly slowly. It takes at least 15 minutes from the time of ingestion to the adverse effects to show. Oh, and guess what? Recent research has shown... That's fine, really. We don't need to know all about the gory details. I think I get it. You just spray this stuff onto something you want to test, right? Precisely. You can even find the slightest trace of poison with this. I want to try too, Emma. Pretty please. Oh, you don't have to ask twice. I already used it on everything suspicious, of course. Hey, let's give it a whirl, Apollo. What are you doing? I was just seeing if I got a reaction off you. How's this for a reaction? Never do that again. I'm not poisonous. To tell that to those hapless witnesses on the stand. Let's just get down to checking for real poisons, shall we? Oh yeah. Am I really just not gonna see anything? I figured I'd at least get a reaction from, you know, the mug that Emma already checked. I'm getting a whole lot of no luck at all. Maybe I should be using my mouse instead. Oh, this cursor is not following my mouse at all. Alright, well, back over here, I guess. Any on his chair, nothing on his chair. I'm really surprised that not even the mug is showing anything. Well, I guess I just have to go back out. Too bad, no reaction there. I'm sure Emma checked out all the likely spots. Wait a second. What is it, Apollo? Did you just spray that little desk over there? I don't think so. The spray probably can't reach that far, you know? Let's check it out, just to be sure. Great. Cool. A reaction, Apollo! Somebody is texting me. Where? The inside of that cute little frame. Look! Wow, would you look at that? Nice going, Trucy. I'm known to work magic. Never mind that I was the one who found it. Tiny frame added to the court record. 2 inches of deadly poison. Oh, 2 inches by 2 inches. Bears traces of deadly poison. I really, just skimmed through all that and read 2 inches of deadly poison. Very funny. Looks like we found the only other place that was poisoned in any case. Hey, let's talk about this, huh? Emma, I was wondering if you could take a look at this. Nope. She absolutely cannot. It is impossible. Alright then, well, let's leave, I guess. Detention center. Ah, you're here to see Vera Misham? Yes, that's right. She's in the medical office at the moment. Medical office? Is she okay? She's just lying down. Said she didn't feel so good. I'm sorry, but I can't allow any meetings at the moment. Most annoying client ever. Guess we should come back. Guess we should. Hey, Phoenix. Hey, look at this tiny frame. Yo, presenting, are we? Maybe a bit. I guess you don't care. And there's 0 chance that you care. So it's probably something to do with Emma. Hey, what's this? Emma, about this. That? Yes, why that's a bright red envelope. He sure is jumpy. Someone opened this, didn't they? My lips are sealed. Your lips are sealed? That's a first. You mean, you know what's inside the envelope? Sure, I read it after all. Ah, you mean you're the one who ripped this open? Please, I would have steamed it open. But she did sneak a peek at it, apparently. Know that I have a powerful weapon on my side. Weapon? Yes, the use of tools. Highly specialized tools for information gathering. Tools I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. You should try flattering her, Apollo. They say a little praise can open big doors. Never heard that one, but it's good advice. Let's try talking to her some more. About that envelope we found. I was wondering if you could help us out with that tool you were mentioning? You want to know about my tool, do you? It's called an X-ray analyzer. X-ray? Like the X-rays you get at the dentist? That's right. At least, that's what I call it. Huh? It has a real name, but it's much more complicated. The X-ray spectralization... something. How am I supposed to remember all that? So, basically, it lets you see inside things, like envelopes? That's right. You're sharp, Trucy. It's a bit more complicated than that in practice, of course. Actually, to tell the truth, I'm not really sure how it works scientifically. Can I try it out, Emma? Please? Oh, I suppose. Of course, I've already checked out everything suspicious myself. All right, let's give it a spin, Apollo. What are you doing? Just seeing if I could see through your hair, but it's like lead. Point that thing at me anymore and it might all fall out. Then I wouldn't need an X-ray machine to see through it. Let's just get down to business, shall we? Right, let's test it on a sample first. It just so happens that I have a lottery ticket here. Why do you have a lottery ticket? You set the sample in the device like so. I don't see anything. Patience, there's no need to get all antsy. Look at the right side of the screen. That's the layer view of the envelope. Layer view? Got it set to display the outside of the envelope now, see? Actually, it's quicker to just have you give it a try. Turn that dial with the arrow keys for me, would you? I'm not doing this right now. That's right. That's how you choose what depth you want to scan. Hey, I got something! See? That's how you can read the letters on the ticket inside. Cool, huh? Except, I can't read them. Just turn the dial a little more. What you have to understand is that a sheet of paper isn't really flat at all. When you zoom in that much, you see that paper is like a bunch of hills and valleys. Wow, really? This X-ray device uses a beam on a wavelength of only 0.05 microns. Breaks cards down into thin layers, so it can only show you what's written on that layer. I'm not entirely following you, but what good is it if you can't read anything? That's why we go on to step 2. Try rubbing the image a bit if you would. Rubbing? Like going over the image with WASDA while holding space? There, that fixes the image on the screen. Now, turn the dial again, just a little. Good, now you can rub this image to fix it too. Hey, I get it. We just keep doing this until we've got the whole thing. Exactly, not bad. Neat, let's do some more. 0016. Lottery, try again. I'm sorry, Emma, it looks like you're a loser. Okay, let's print this one out. Does this mean I have to buy another one to win? Well, it's Emma's ticket. Let her buy another one. It's okay, there's no need. See, this is the true hidden power of my weapon. Neat, huh? Now let's try it out on the real thing, shall we? No, I've got a different envelope that I can look into first. I guess I missed some pixels in the first layer. There we go. Okay, let's print this one out. So someone deposited $100,000 into Mr. Misham's account? His paintings must be really valuable. There's another page in there. Care to take a look? You bet I do. If you're gonna read someone's mail, you might as well read it all. Here goes with the second page then. Take me a little bit deeper. Alright, so I need to get all these pixels. Sign the papers and send in the enclosed envelope with the enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you to speak of this to no one. So it was a letter about payment for one of his paintings. Why all the secrecy, though? And what? Why was this letter the only one in here? It's 7 years old, right? Maybe it had some special significance to him? Well, Emma? Well, indeed. She knows something she's not telling us. Looks like she's keeping mum about it. So, Emma, I was wondering, what's the story about this reporter that came here for a story the night of the crime? I'm afraid I can't tell you, because he's going to be a witness tomorrow, I hear. I thought so. I'll never forget that face, but what was his name? Oh, right. Brushel. Brushel? He's after a scoop to sell to the papers. So a reporter comes for an interview with a painter. His first interview ever, and that night he's killed. Seems strange to you? Really strange. It does raise a few questions. I'd like to speak with his reporter if I could. Well, I hear he's on the beat today, too. He said something about covering a magician. Magician? Well, if it's not Trucy, that leaves only one other person. It wasn't Valent Gramarye by any chance, was it? Yeah, something like that. He's got some big show lined up, I hear. Oh, he's out interviewing Valent Gramarye. Looks like I'll be heading out to that Coliseum again sooner than I thought. Here, I'll give you that reporter's card if you want. Yeah, Spark Brushel, freelance journalist. I'm going to take a short break. I know it's a little early, but we're already an hour in, so might as well do the split right here for the VOD.